Okay, the next game is one of the funniest games I've ever played. Okay, this was the last round of a tournament. I had 5 out of 5. This was round 6. And my opponent had 4.5 out of 5. He was the only player with 4.5 out of 5. And 1834 is his FIDE rating. His US chess rating is like 1950. And I was winning on move 5 or 4. 4? Yeah, I'm winning on move 4. Well, he could resign on move 4. So it wasn't a tough last round pairing. It was like the lowest rated player I played in the tournament, and I was winning on move 4 with black. So it was sort of funny. But it happened in 2000. I never knew when it happened. I knew it happened a long time ago. But then I found it in my 2000 games. So, and I showed this game to Kramnik when we worked together a few years ago. And he said, there's no way this game was played. The chances are too small. And at that point, he only had one mathematician on his side. He didn't have his team. So he wasn't sure. He was like, this one mathematician I have, I don't know if I should trust him. But he's on my team now. So the guy is trustworthy. He said it's very unlikely this game was played. Anyway, Kramnik investigated, and his mathematician friend said, inconclusive. So he doesn't really know if I played this game or not, or if I just made it up. You know, like Greco made up most of his games. That didn't happen. So, yeah. Okay, so here's my game with Charles Minskey. I played the From Gambit. He transposed to the King's Gambit. And then I played the Falkbeer Counter Gambit. Now, when Kramnik talked to his mathematician friend, he didn't have a team then, he said it's very unlikely, after both sides have played 2 moves, that we get 3 different opening names. He said it's virtually impossible. That was one of the reasons he didn't think this game happened. But this is called the From Gambit. This is called the King's Gambit. And this is called the Falkbeer Counter Gambit. So how could you have a 2-move chess game that has 3 different opening names? Impossible. So I think I'm making this game up. Although I do remember playing it, but it could have been a simulation I remember, and that's my memories were put in there. I don't know. We'd have to ask the one mathematician who would know. Go trying to learn. I would never properly shuffle a deck of cards. Okay, so my opponent took on d5, which is the main move. The Falkbeer Counter Gambit is e4. That's not a move that I play. I play c6. I've always played c6. The reason I play it is in the late 80s, there was a game between Hebden and Nunn, where Nunn played c6 and he won a nice game. And I was like, my opponents won't know that, so I'll play c6. And I knew the game then, but 35 years later, I forgot. So I know the game exists. Hebden Nunn from the late 80s. And black won. That's all I can tell you. I got nothing. Okay, and I've been playing this ever since. I did lose a game to Joseph Gallagher, a slow game. That's the only slow game I've lost in this position. I probably have about 12 wins. Here my opponent blundered, losing the game. His next move, I'm like +5. So you guys are pretty good at blundering. You have a lot of experience. Can you find the blunder White played here, losing the game? It's one of the worst moves on the board. It's probably not the worst move, but it might be. No, I think, well, is King E2 worse? King E2 is probably worse. Queen G4 is worse. Okay, I missed Queen G4. I apologize. Queen G4 is worse than the move he played. So his move is definitely not the worst. But like, it's probably tied with a move like Bishop A6. His move is just as bad as Bishop A6. There's no difference. That's right, Thaddeus. Go, Thaddeus. Well, he did play it, but I won't tell you. Yeah, he played F takes E5, and after here, he's just lost. And this guy had 4.5 out of 5, and he was paired up like in 4 of his games. But, okay, this game, he went back to his rating. Okay, King E2 loses quicker than G3. Actually, G3 is the best move. This is my favorite mate. It's not forced. It's just my favorite. Here, and then Queen takes E5 check, King here, Bishop E7 mate. The only mate in one. Of course, white doesn't have to do that. White can go here and lose his queen. Although queen f5 check is actually mate. And then mate. And then if king g3, bishop f2 is mate. So actually king f3 also gets mated. So here he has to play d4 to avoid getting mated. And then the only move that stops mate is queen takes bishop. That's the best he can do. You know what? Having said that, f takes e5 might be as bad as queen g4. Because it loses his queen. He has to lose his queen. That's crazy. Okay, what's f takes e5? What's the number? Queen h4, g3. Oh, what he did was the best. The way he played was the best. Then I'm only +4. Terrible. Okay, so he played g3. That's the best move. And then I took. And he didn't resign. He played on a long time. He played e6. So I can take on g1, but I'm already up enough material. I just played the safe move. I'm up a piece already. I don't need to be up. I'm up a rook. I don't need more pieces. I just need safety. Yeah, he doesn't really have compensation for a rook or any compensation. Gave up more material. You got a check in. That's pretty good. For those of you who just got here, you forgot castling's illegal. So I could try to castle, but it's not legal. Like here, it loses a queen. But I'm just saying, like the last 5 moves, I couldn't castle. I've already moved my king. Give a lot of pieces up. Not sure what he got for you. Checked me a couple times. Okay, and he resigned here. Man, even when he was down a rook, he played badly. Now he's down a rook and 2 pieces. God damn. Wow, it says queen takes queen's the best move. That's not it does weaken my pawns. Anyway, that was the last round for first place. So that was like a pretty fun game for me. This is not a rapid game. This is a slow game. And this was the last round of a big tournament. He did check me more than I checked him. I think I only checked him twice. Queen here check and queen here check. So he did get me on that. But I think he only checked me 3 times or 4 times. He checked me 4 times. Yeah, so not too much more, but a little more. Anyway, that was a fun last round game because I took a lot of pieces. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the worst. This is like one of the worst moves, f takes e5. Like in the King's Gambit, you can't play f takes e5 when queen h4 check is a move. But he did anyway. Yay. But then he played well. g3, queen e2. Although e6 isn't good. I could just take his knight. I mean, I already took a rook. That's enough. I don't need more pieces. I just need safety. But, okay, taking on g1 also wins. Yeah, probably e6 is also quite a bad move.